Hello? I heard there was free rum from the British government. Freedom? There is no freedom! And there never will be as long as there continues to be taxation without representation from the British government. So, no free rum? No, no free rum. Life in the colonies was good. With a very low tax rate of 0% and relative safety secured by the British, they were thriving. This is great! The only thing that could ruin this is a 7-year war between France and England that would leave both countries with severe debt. And then there was a 7-year war between France and England that left both countries with severe debt. But that's okay, Britain. You can just tax the colonies. I'm sure they won't mind. This tax is the worst thing that has ever happened. The Stamp Act infuriated the colonists, and so they started protesting and stopped buying British goods. This led to even more economic downturn in Great Britain. Hey, King George, the colonies have forced us to repeal the taxes we set, but we still need a lot of money. What should we do? What if we tax the colonies even more? What? Why would we ever do that? And then they taxed the colonies again. One very important mandate was the Tea Act, which forced the Americans to only buy tea from Great Britain. This led to the Boston Tea Party, where colonists threw over 1 million pounds of tea into the harbor. This enraged the British, who punished them severely by sending 3,000 troops to Boston. So it looks like the British just sent thousands of soldiers, and we have no army. We could train an army. That is brilliant. Throughout the colonies, soldiers were trained to be ready at a minute's notice. These Minutemen would soon be needed. British Colonel Francis Smith was sent to take the weapons at Concord. The Americans and British met at Lexington. This is where the war would begin. Hello, John. I've got some bad news for you. You are fired. Fire? Fire? Fire! And somebody shot first. The Americans quickly lost that battle, but were able to fight back once they reached Concord. The British were forced to retreat all the way back to Boston. The American commander, George Washington, didn't have a middle name and set up camp outside the city. 11 months later, him and another general set up 59 cannons on nearby Dorchester Heights. On the morning of March 17, 1776, the British withdrew from the city. This was a colossal victory for the colonies. 4 months later, with a lot of inspiration from these guys, Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence, declaring the colonies' independence from Great Britain. So it looks like we aren't going to be able to fight the British on our own. We should get help from France. That's a good idea, Alexander Hamilton! But who should we send? I invented flippers for your hands. There is no way we are sending this guy. And then they sent that guy. Back in the colonies, America is still going strong. After they captured a British army at the Battle of Saratoga in 1777, France finally decided to enter the war. Britain started panicking and decided to change tactics. Instead of attacking from New York, they sent General Cornwallis to start attacking from the south. But after he lost over a quarter of his army, he decided to withdraw from the Carolinas and move to Yorktown. Both France and the colonies saw this as a way to end the war. After Cornwallis got there, they laid siege to the city from both land and sea. After nearly a month, he was forced to surrender. And in the fall of 1781, they decided to sign the Treaty of Paris, officially ending the war. This treaty stated that America would pay off Britain's debt and Britain would recognize U.S. independence. Hey there, U.S. Could you pay back that money we lent you so we don't have our own revolution? No.